Alright, what's up, everybody? Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about different warm-ups that you can do. I'm wearing one of my gym shirts, some shorts, and so I'm just going to talk about some of the different warm-ups and show some of the different things I can do. Haven't really shown a whole lot of technique type stuff in the videos. Up to this point, I've done a lot more talking, so now I'm going to show some stuff, and this is also really good stuff you can do without equipment, and good stuff to keep the basic movement for grappling down, as well as just keeping a little active in this time of quarantine with this whole coronavirus thing going on. So our first warm-up is it's basically just a get-up that you use in jiu-jitsu, and it's called a technical get-up, and all you do is you're going to put one foot by your thigh, and you're going to put one foot and plant it like this, and you're going to roll up, and if you need to, you can even go on your back, get that extra momentum to come up and be like this, and you're just going to go back down. You're going to switch your legs and do the same thing. If you don't need to roll back, then you don't have to. And if you need to, that's okay. Just keep doing this. Do this for a little bit. I'd say probably 10 each leg. That's just depending. Sometimes you don't need, most of the time I don't really count. I just keep going. Eventually, if you're comfortable with it, you can go all the way to your feet. And you're going to come back down. All the way to your feet. Back down. And you'll use this just depending on what you're doing. You'll use this even in a grappling match. You can use this in a fight even. So say you're in a mixed martial arts fight. You can use this. If your opponent gets off you or you kick them off, you can use this to get back up. This is really good for if you've swept someone off their feet. So if they're standing above you and you've taken their legs out from under them and they fall backwards, you can use this to get back up and get on top of them after you've basically made them tumble. Our next position or drill is you're in the same exact position as you were. You're just going to plant your hand, whatever side, and you're just going to come up and move this leg out of the way and come up to this position. Come back down, and this is all you gotta do for this drill. I like to keep an extra hand right here because you never know. This one's gonna be the main one you're gonna use if you're gonna stand up. So say you're in a fight, you'll use this, get back up. So say you're fighting, you've gotten taken down and you've gotten them off you, they'll come up. That way you can come up and do more boxing if you prefer boxing. And some guys will just use this to get to a good position. So say you're fighting, you can at least get to your knees instead of being on your butt, which is less good. So say you get taken down, you can get up to that position. Alright, the next position is you're going to go, it's like the same thing as this, except you're going to be going down on your elbow. So you're going to put your elbow down, and you're going to do the same exact thing on each side. Do this however many times you want. This is just good for basic movement of fighting and jiu-jitsu in general, because you'll use stuff like this a lot. Less from your elbow. This is more of just a catalyst to get you to our next position. Just keep doing this. That's really all there is to it. Okay, the last position, which is a bit harder to do, is called, which I don't really know what it's called, but it's similar to that. It's basically it's the same movement, except you're going to be on your shoulder. You're going to have your feet in the same position, but you're going to be on the ground like this. And you'll find this a lot in jiu-jitsu. People will be on top of you, and you want to be on your side at all times. You don't ever want to be flat on your back. Especially in like wrestling. If you're a wrestler, you don't ever want to be flat on your back because if you get pinned, that leads to a pin. In jiu-jitsu, you don't ever want to be flat on your back because your opponent has their weight or their full weight on top of you, and it's harder to move or pull off anything useful. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get to your side. So say you get there, you want to be on your side at all times. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to pull. You're going to post up on your shoulder, lift your butt up in the air, and pull your bottom leg out from under you. You'll see a lot of people. You'll see a lot of people come up, especially in a fight, they'll do this. You don't necessarily want to do that. The only reason we do that is to get you more comfortable with that motion of bringing that leg back. Once you get that down, this should be pretty easy. Now, I do it on your other side as well. And that one's going to be the most useful. That's going to be the one you're going to use a lot. Especially as a wrestler. You want to use that a lot. And especially when it comes to any sort of grappling and mixed martial arts fighting. And if you're on your back in a street fight, you've already lost, basically. That's basically not where you want to be in a street fight. You always want to be on top. If you end up on your back and you know what you're doing, and you can easily sweep your opponent or easily pull off a submission, then yeah, you can. But I would never willingly go to your back in a street fight. And you really shouldn't ever. If you have any sort of wrestling training, you should never hit your back. So, our next one is called a shrimp. And this is one of the first things you'll ever learn in a jiu-jitsu class, if you ever take one. And so this is one of the most vital things you have in your arsenal as a beginner, and even as an advanced guy. You'll use this a lot. This is one of the most fundamental things that you'll find in any sort of grappling, and except for wrestling, because you have to be on your back to use it. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn, and you're going to lay on your back. Like I said, you don't ever want to be on your back before. So this is a way to get off your back. What you're going to do is you're just going to plant your feet, and you're going to lift your hips up, and you're going to push your butt out to the other side, whatever side you want. You're going to push your butt out and push on their knee. So something I do, and this is how we teach the kids to push on the leg, is they push on their own leg. Lift your hips up, and you push on your own leg. And then you'll bring your hips back in, and you'll do it from the other side. Push on your own leg, and bring your hips back in. Because a lot of times, if you're going with someone and they've got you in a position, either a mount or a side mount, they have their full body weight on you. They're chest to chest with you most of the time. And like a side mount, you're chest to chest. You're almost forming a T. Your opponent is laying like this, and you're laying on top of them over with your feet back here. And the way you would get out of there is you would push your knee in. Push your knee in, and you'd shrimp. And then bring your hips back in. So that is one of the most vital techniques you'll learn in jiu-jitsu. It'll save your butt a lot. I know it's helped me a lot. I have been in a lot of situations in tournaments that I've gotten caught in a bad position. It saved me from being in an even worse position. Again, with that coming up on your shoulder, you'll see that a lot for if you're using wrestling. So say your opponent's on top of you in that side mount, and you can come up here and grab that leg. You can take them over with some wrestling. Now our next one is combining the shrimp and that coming up on the shoulder technique. And this one will save you a lot too, if you've got pretty good wrestling and a pretty good base. So say you can't shrimp. Say you can't get in, and say you can't just come up like that. What you're going to do is you're going to come on your back, and you're going to put your feet in the same position. You're going to push your butt out, but bring this leg under. You'll see a lot of people, they'll do this. they'll bring their leg over. And that's not what you want. You want to just bring it out from under you. Alrighty. Now, that's about it when it comes to it. When it comes to my basic... Oh wait, there's one more. There's one more that you'll see a lot of people doing, and it's just a good warm-up. And you'll even see this in different things. I've seen this doing yoga, even. Which is kind of crazy. Hey, I mean, they call jiu-jitsu involuntary yoga. So, you know. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to be planted in this position. And this is called, when you're doing this is called turtle. You're basically just turtling up and not allowing your opponent to take your back and choke you. So you'll end up here a lot. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your leg, you're going to stand, you're going to get in this position, and you're going to lift whatever arm up. So I'm going to lift my left up. I'm lifting my left arm up, and I'm going to post. Just do this, and I'm going to turn and thread my leg through and sit down. And then I'm going to turn into this position, which is like the crab walk, and come back here. And then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Or you can do that where you just go back and forth. You'll see that one a lot. That one's one of the more common. That's actually the first technique I ever learned. My first day of jiu-jitsu training was a way to get on my opponent's back, and that's the way you do it. You just come in, and you come up like that. But that's it for my basic warm-up techniques. Now you're warm, feeling good, and that'll help you keep a little bit of a stretch. And dynamic warm-up, a good dynamic warm-ups, especially for the movement of jiu-jitsu. And that's it for that. Just be waiting to see what I do in the next video. I'll probably do some technique videos with some instruction. So, some basic submissions and some sweeps and some takedowns. Alright. Peace out. See you guys in the next video.